Narc not talking, huh? Sounds like you're getting the silent treatment. In this video, I want to talk about why this happens, what a silent treatment means, what a narcissist hopes to gain, if anything, from all of this, and how you handle a silent treatment like a champion. Narcissists and toxic, icky people sometimes like to go quiet for a few hours or days. If you're in a relationship that lasts for a longer period of time with somebody like this, these silent treatments can even last for weeks on end. And that can be especially difficult, especially if you're living in the same house with them, for example. The reason why they do this is really quite simple. You are given a silent treatment when you misbehave. Maybe you confronted them about cheating or something they lied about. Maybe you got on their case to have a conversation about something. No matter how big or how small, you did something they don't like, and now they have to cut communication and you get nothing. Silent treatments are punishment. You're being punished for something. Sometimes you'll get warning. There are times that you don't. And it can happen out of nowhere. Narcissists are the most easily offended, sensitive little people in the world. So you can be punished for something that you did and literally have no idea that you've done anything. You've done nothing with malice. You've done nothing to mean them any kind of harm. And before you know it, you are being ignored. So clearly you've done something wrong. Okay, so they don't talk to you for a few hours or days, maybe a week, maybe more than that. What exactly are they really hoping to achieve by not talking to you and acting like an absolute complete child and brat? Actually, a narcissist is hoping to achieve a couple of different things here overall. First of all, by cutting contact and going silent, they're hoping to prompt fear, jealousy, maybe a little bit of anger. Maybe they're hoping for all three. They're hoping that you will blow up their phone, their social media. Maybe you'll drive by their house or their job. You'll do something like this in order to get their attention. They want you to chase them, apologize, beg for forgiveness, or even carry on with fighting or arguing, doing something that keeps that drama shaken, not stirred. This boosts the ego. You need them, you want to know what's going on, please talk to me. This establishes that they have control over you. They have complete control over the narrative. You are at their mercy. You know it, they know it, and they are now in charge, and they'll speak to you when they're ready to do so. Also, this is an attempt to condition you. Silence is a punishment for something you've done that they don't like. And so they hope by going silent that this will teach you not to do whatever it was that you did ever again. It's an attempt to slowly condition you. You're being conditioned to associate whatever you did or said or whatever with something bad. If I mention A, B, C, X, Y, Z, then they get mad, they go silent, and I don't want this to happen, so I won't do this anymore. The narcissist hopes this will deter you from ever doing it again out of fear that you will be given a silent treatment. The silent treatment can also be used to elicit a lot of fear. Fear that maybe this is the final fight. This is the final blowout. And maybe you've done something so wrong. Maybe you've said something so bad, something you can't take back, that now this silent treatment is maybe more than a silent treatment. Maybe they're actually discarding you and you'll never speak to them again. Since you're more than likely trauma bonded to them and you're very addicted to this person, this can cause high levels of anxiety, panic, and fear in you. This fear that, I better never do this again because the next time they leave, this might really be it. If you'd like to talk one-on-one about a narcissistic relationship that you're in right now, or maybe you're still working on getting over a relationship like that, you can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com to set up private chats and coaching with me if you feel you need it. You'll find that with most things that narcissists do, they all actually serve a dual purpose, just like in the case of the silent treatment. Not only are they trying to regain control, torment you, teach you a lesson, condition you, all of that stuff, remember, now they're silent. Don't think that they're not talking to anybody else while you get the extreme cold shoulder. This is now time they have to meet new supply, groom new supply, hit up the ex, or do something else with someone else. They will still be getting time and attention elsewhere while you're left in the dust, wondering what's going on, desperately trying to reach out. So they get the ego boost from you and from somebody else too. Sometimes silent treatments, sometimes the sole purpose is to just give them some time to wrangle up some new supply. They'll pick fights, act out, or seem even more disgusting on purpose so that you back off and give them some space. It's that typical narcissistic, super toxic, hot and cold behavior. Cold with you means, well, yeah, hot with somebody else. And never think a narcissist isn't carrying on with more than one person at a time, even if they never leave their home, for example, or you think you always know where they are. You very well may, but they're probably carrying on emotional affairs, and that's huge right now, I think. Typically online, between social media and dating apps, the possibilities are just too tempting and too endless for a narcissist to overlook. So sometimes they will purposely lash out at you and then go silent and make up some bullshit that you did that you didn't even do, just to say they're mad at you for a few days to go and carry on with somebody else. Don't ever let somebody narcissistic tell you they don't have social media while I'm on this topic. They do. You just don't know about it. The narc I dealt with, I have recently blocked on my Facebook. And, I've also blocked that second account that he thinks nobody knows that he has. So wonder if his girlfriend knows about it. Probably not. Trust me, they all have social media. They all have social media that nobody else knows about. They have all the dating apps, all the dating sites. So don't ever think that they don't. Don't ever let somebody tell you they don't like social media, they don't like dating apps, they're not doing it. If they're highly toxic, highly narcissistic, not only do they like it, they love it, and they're all over it. So, if you're in the midst of a silent treatment, how exactly do you handle this? And this is sometimes easier said than done, but in cases like this, you just have to let something like this run its course. There is literally nothing you can do. That is what's going to happen. They're silent for a reason. They'll come back when they're ready. The little baby isn't going to speak until they want to. You don't blow up their phone. You don't blow up their social media. If you want to fight fire with fire, and you do, you do nothing. Much like so many other ways that you deal with the narcissist, you give no reaction to the absence. This doesn't mean that you can't be scared or upset. You know, we all have feelings and we're going to validate and feel all of our feelings. But the key is the narcissist is looking for a reaction here. And we are now going to take that privilege away from them. That's all you're doing, is you're not giving them what they're looking for. You will actually shock them when they disappear for days and you say nothing about it at all. If they never come back, they've also done you a really big solid, perfect time to go no contact, block their immature ass, and keep it moving. If they do decide to return and you do indulge them in conversation, say nothing about their little silent hissy fit. Move on as if nothing happened. Just like when a child has a tantrum, you let them cry it out, scream it out, act like a complete fool. You don't buy into it. And then when they finally knock it off, you kind of think to yourself, okay, maybe now we can just move on with our day. You're not going to give them attention for their hissy fits. You're not going to buy into it either. You're not going to chase them and let them know that what they're doing is working. You just keep doing your thing. If they come back and they do mention something about, well, didn't you notice I was gone or something when you're not playing into it, this is where you can either completely disregard it or you can completely call them out. The choice is yours. You can disregard it and go, oh, I didn't realize it had been 3 days. I've had that deadline at work, super busy. Something like that, where you let them know, I actually didn't even realize you were gone. I did notice it got quieter and calmer. I was wondering why I was getting so much work done. You can also call them out and let them know that you are aware of their behavior and you're aware of what they're doing. And you can also let them know that it isn't going to work. You can say something along the lines of, and remember, always say everything far more tactfully than I say it in a video. But you can, something along the lines of, yeah, you got pissed and bailed out. I ain't chasing you. You can have your little hissy fit. So are you ready to be an adult now? Can we have a conversation? Again, you can handle it however you like, but Don't expect any kind of change to come out of it. These are people who, just like the rest of us, they are who they are, and nothing that we say or do or whatever, just like they can't teach us a lesson by doing this kind of garbage, we can't teach them a lesson either. This is just what they do. Truthfully, I find it better to act like nothing happened. Sometimes to call them out, we can get a little passive aggressive. We don't want to do that. So sometimes just nothing, looking unfazed and unbothered, is kind of the best way to go. But the idea here is overall, whatever way you choose to go, you call them out or you act blasé, they have to get the message that whatever they did didn't really bother you. It's quite similar to gray rocking a narcissist. You take away that reaction, you take away the supply. Now they know they did all this for nothing, and they can possibly start to be conditioned themselves to stop doing it because they'll go, they didn't blow up my phone. They didn't reach out to me. They didn't do all this stuff. I wonder why that didn't work. And if you continuously do that, they might come to the conclusion that you're no fun to play with anymore, essentially. This tactic doesn't work. They may drop it. Fear not, when one trick doesn't work, a narcissist has many that they will go through before they actually leave you alone. But the longer you deal with things like this and the more you give no reaction, they could actually ramp it up for longer and stay ghost for weeks at a time. I impress upon you again, if the narcissist gets pissy and leaves for days or weeks, take this opportunity to go no contact. Take this free time to block, delete, do whatever it is you have to do, and begin focusing on you. Make an escape plan if you're in a little bit more of a treacherous situation. Reach out to people, get those resources that you need, leave them, and be done with all of this. Nobody who behaves this way, so juvenile, like such an immature little adolescent, no one like this deserves any of your time. Use this blessing in disguise of a silent treatment as what you finally need to leave, move, block, whatever it is that you have to do, and go forward with your journey in healing and also just moving on with your life. Tell me how you handle silent treatments or how you did down in the comments. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.